Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the Adamson set. It's been a while. We're coming back to good old Al here. So, like before, there are two films on this disc. I will talk about one, there will be a cut, I will come back, talk about the other one. So today, I watched Angels, Wild Women. Hot, hard, and mean, too tough for any man. They'll beat 'em, treat 'em, and eat 'em alive. According to Sam Sherman in the audio commentary, that is one of the most underappreciated Al Adamson movies. Sam Sherman is a producer. Now, according to me, reviewer Jerry, I shut it off after a half hour. I don't like doing that. This is the most god-awful, boring film I think I've ever seen. Period. The first 16 minutes, there's very little dialogue, and there is kind of what I call groovy 70s instrumental, which is great. The first time you hear it, you're like, okay, it doesn't make sense why two attackers are attacking this woman, but you're hearing ba ba ba, doesn't make sense. It's supposed to be a fairly serious scene of two people harassing a black woman, and the music you get is more like something in line with like Chips. It's bizarre. And that one time I thought it was weird. That's the same song they use in almost every goddamn scene. For the motorcycle ring, they go on to a commune. So, what is the story? What I could gather, there's two rival biker gangs, and originally I thought it was one of them's a Nazi gang and one of them's not, but they're shooting a Nazi movie somewhere, and the reason I turned it off is because within the first half hour, there's the woman being attacked, there's Nazis, which, even though it is part of a movie, there's long stretches of nothing but music. There is very minimal dialogue. Now, I did not listen to the entire audio commentary. I wanted to watch the movie without the commentary. And then I went to turn it on, and I could not bring myself. I wanted to watch the movie without commentary originally, but I had accidentally turned it on, and my dumbass couldn't figure out how to turn it off. So I listened to 5 minutes of it, turned it off, and then saved it for the next day. I came back, started the movie, and that's what I saw today, so I know the Sam Sherman comment. Guys, this is not good. For an Al Adamson film, it's not good. Like I said, I got a half hour into it, and I could not do it. It's constantly people on motorcycles going from one place to the other, or like there's a guy that's wooing a woman, and you hear ba ba ba, followed by that, the biker women. So the main biker crew goes on a trip to do some sort of mission and leaves the female bikers alone because they have a rule of, I swear the guy said no bras. And they go, yeah, last time we took women, so I think he meant to say broads and maybe the D just wasn't enunciated. But I'm like, no bras, what the hell? So they leave, the women go on their own, women find a dumb guy, and, lack of a better term, force him to have sex with them. And this one woman who's very tan, blonde, I'm pretty sure she's a leader, but it's not a nice film, it's not a good film. It's here. So, what do I give Angels, Wild Women? 0 stars. 0 thumbs up. Thumbs down, actually. Middle fingers, maybe. I do not like this. I will not watch it again. So, like I said, my dad, who did, when I say work in the film industry, that's that's not what I mean. He worked as a projectionist, and he said he heard the worst offense that can ever happen to a film is it be boring. This is one of the worst offense a film can make is that it's boring, and this is the worst offense. This is extremely boring. The repeating music, the hardly any dialogue in the first 15 minutes, and honestly even to a half hour, and just the constant motorcycle stuff with music laid over it and no dialogue, just ba ba ba. No, not for me. So do avoid Angels, Wild Women. Now, I will be back after this break, and we will talk about Satan's Sadists. I do think I will like that one better. I'm pretty sure I've seen that one, because I think, if I remember correctly, I think Something Weird might have put that out. I could be wrong. It was either Something Weird or Troma. One of the two put them out. So I have seen it. It's been quite a while. So yeah, we will see you after this short break. And this time it is Satan's Sadists. I have a lot to say about that film. So, as you saw about a second to a minute ago for you guys, a while ago for me, I did not like Angels, Wild Women. Satan's Sadists is a much better film. It is more plot-driven. There is no weird music going on. Well, there's weird music, but not the weird same musical cue over and over and over again of just people driving. So, the basic premise is there is a biker gang named the Satans. And they, in the first 5 minutes, you see the biker gang. You see a guy in brownface playing an Indian or a Native American. In the first 5 minutes, you see the motorcycle gang. You see a guy in brownface playing a Native American named Firewater, and a sexual assault occurs. That's in the first 5 minutes. Oh yeah, and you find out that they're Nazis. Or at least the lead guy is. So, they're doing all this, and then it shifts to a guy named Johnny walking along, being picked up by a couple heading to California, because that's where he wants to go. Johnny and the people that pick him up, one is a cop, they stop at the diner to eat. That's when the Satans come in and cause all kinds of ruckus. It is here where you see a couple of things. Lou, who owns the diner, comes out to ask the waitress if she's... ask the waitress to tell them to leave, and the waitress says they'll be gone soon. It then cuts to, as soon as you see Lou walk out, a shot of her face, and then cuts again to her sitting down. It was very quick cuts and very strange. This is also when you find out that there is some imperfections with the picture. It only happened a few times here, and I know Severin said they used the best possible footage they could find. So there are a few like black circles that'll appear every once in a while, but it's not as bad as it has been. The musical choices with this one, they're a lot better than they were in Angels, Wild Women. The movie even has a theme song, which is kind of cool. And it plays again when the bikers are arriving at the diner. And it plays again later, and I think it explains each character. So, kind of cool. The opening credits remind me a lot of a Western, because it takes a picture and then, like, saturates it to where there's only red scene. So it's almost like a character in red, but it's using a real picture. I'm not sure of the term for that. After the Satans get to the diner, it then basically becomes a chase movie where Johnny and the waitress are trying to get away from the bikers, but also trying to get revenge. So that's the basic run of the plot. I'm not going to mention anything else because don't want to spoil it. One of the funnier moments that I will mention is one of the the cop gets taken hostage, and he's wearing a hat similar to this, and then just while he's being held hostage out of nowhere, you just see a hand go whoop like this. Just reach in, grab the hat, do this. I found that immensely amusing. I found that hysterical for some reason. If you're a car nut or motorcycle nut, you will like this movie because they have older motorcycles, and there's a really cool car. I don't know the name of it. Unfortunately, I like classic cars, but I don't know names. It is an old school red car, like very old, to the point the doors are little tiny things you just go with. So that'll help. So, would I recommend... this was also filmed at Spawn Ranch, apparently, where the Manson family lived. So, interesting. If you want to hear more about Al Adamson and the Spawn Ranch and the Manson family, check out... is it Flesh and Blood? Okay, check out Blood and Flesh. Check out Blood and Flesh, The Life and Times of Al Adamson, for more stories on the Manson family and them at Spawn Ranch. So, that brings us to, do I recommend Satan's Sadists? Yes, I do. I highly recommend Satan's Sadists. I recommend it as part of this set. I recommend it as part of the set. I recommend that you seek it out on your own if you can find it and get it. I will say, if you have this set, this book here is misleading. The first movie on the disc is Angels, Wild Women, not Satan's Sadists. So I had to double check that when I did Angels, Wild Women the other day. So Angels, Wild Women is the first on the disc, Satan's Sadists is second. So just keep that in mind, even though the book says it's the opposite. While I am thinking of it, too, I did not do the audio commentaries on this one. I'm going to say this now. I will listen to audio commentaries if I am doing a single movie or a single movie in a series. If the disc has 2 movies, I'm not going to listen to audio commentaries. The reason for that being, that would take up about 8 hours. And watching a same movie like Angels, Wild Women, watching it a second time, when I didn't like it the first time, the commentary may add some insight, but it's probably going to put me to sleep. So, audio commentaries I will do for single ones to help go over the bonus features. And that leads us into the bonus features. TV spots and trailers. That's it. That's all you get for these two. There's TV spots and trailers. That's it. There's the archival audio commentaries with Sam Sherman as well. So, archival audio commentaries with Sam Sherman, trailers, TV spots. That's it. So, go find this. Go watch it. And, what's next week, you ask? Well, next week, you, my audience, may have to go through a hoop. I'm not 100% sure how bad it is. But next week's episode will be 18 plus only, because next week we have the Naughty Stewardesses. So, again, that is next week. Next week, the Naughty Stewardesses. You'll have to click that you're 18 to watch, because I'm not taking any chances. And it's only going to get worse, because shortly after that, we will have Girls for... Okay, so I guess it's not as shortly. So, all the ones that may be more risque. So, Cherry 2000, Naughty Stewardesses, Girls for Rent, stuff like that will probably be 18 plus, just for a peace of mind. So, with that said, stay spooky, stay scary, take care. We will see you next week back here as we go through the Al Adamson set.